My name is Maggie Henry. I live at 606 Columbiana Road, Bessemer, Pennsylvania, in Lawrence County. As much as I'd love to get into it with you today about regulations, I'm here to tell my story. I live on an 88-acre farm, smack dab in the middle of a 6-mile wide, square radius historical oil field. I was actually given a farm line map at DEP with over 1,000 wells numbered and listed on it that was published in 1915, I do believe. Don't hold me to the dates. You have that in your packet, okay? It's actually a map of the Newcastle Quadrangle. I'm circled on there too, okay, the location of my farm. I have at least 27 of these wells on my farm. I about had a conniption fit when I found out that they had permitted a Marcellus shale well just 4,100 feet from my property, okay? So I filed an objection to DEP permitting this well, and you know, the rest is historical literature on the Environmental Hearing Board websites. The fact of the matter is, no one bothered to look for these wells. No, not DEP, not one of these wells is listed on the DEP spreadsheet. Not one of them. There's 1,000 of them on this map, and not one of them is on the DEP lost and abandoned spreadsheet, okay? Then I just got into research. I found historical reference published after this map to an additional 1,500 wells being drilled in this Bessemer oil field. And they actually said that it kept the state's production of oil up that year from decreasing over other years. Now I'm up to 2,500 wells in this 6-mile radius, that not one of them is on DEP's map. There is a spreadsheet that I gave you of some 16 wells in my general area that have been put on the spreadsheet, but obviously 16 minus, or 2,500 minus 16 is not a very happy figure in my book, okay? From all of this interaction that I've had with DEP and Shell and the Environmental Hearing Board and a few other agencies, I've come to the opinion that you all don't give a rat's ass about the citizens of Pennsylvania. You don't care who poisons me. You don't care who puts me out of business. Frankly, if you had a meal today, you need to thank a farmer. I'm so tired of Pennsylvania's #1 industry being blown off by oil and gas simply because oil and gas has the money to buy legislators that pass bills that totally and completely favor them, Act 13. And then we actually have a Republican legislator that voted for this bill. His name is Martin Kauser, and I really hope he's here tonight because I'd like to bitch slap him, to tell you the truth. He has his nerve to gather all these people up on Sullivan's blog and tell you to come here and bitch about something that he voted for. Politicians drive me nuts. Okay? Now, you could easily stop all of the pollution and everything by merely requiring every company to add nanotechnology markers into their frac fluid. Then you would know automatically whose crap was in my well or anybody else's well. In your packet that you have, there is 2 listings from the Wellsboro Gazette and another newspaper of Shell blowing up the Tioga Butters well and shooting frac fluid into the air, evacuated the Ralston Hunting Club and other houses around there. I don't care to see this happen on my farm. I don't care to see it happen in my neighborhood. You all permitted Shell when they were in the process of doing that. You should have yanked the permit for the Kephart well immediately. Why do you keep letting them do this to us? And you know, the sad part of all this, the really sad part of all of this, is they've been treating people like this in third world countries forever. And all of a sudden, they started doing it to Americans, middle class Americans, college educated Americans, and we don't like it very much. And you want to know something else? Neither do those third world people that can't stand up for themselves the way that we can. night is.
Okay.